Good evening. My name is Mary Tome. I'm with the Esther Network International and World Shapers Club. On behalf of Esther Network, our founder, and myself, I would like to thank all the conveners of this Transform USA Summit for this opportunity, this privilege tonight to speak to you on behalf of our greatest national resource, our children and our youth. Not only a natural resource, but a spiritual resource. We have been privileged as a ministry to speak on behalf of children and youth around the globe for many years now. You've just heard from Dr. Louise Bush and John Robb about what God is doing in the nations of the world regarding recognizing, equipping, and releasing children to pray and to minister. God has put something very special in their spiritual DNA for such a time as this. Esther 4:14. Who knows but that you've been called to the kingdom for such a time as this? Well, you and I have been, and so have they. And they have something very special in them. In her book, Let the Children Pray, Esther Network writes that our children and youth are perhaps the most untapped resource of prayer power in the church today, perhaps in the family today as well, but the most untapped resource, just like they are a resource, that their prayers and their prayer agreement with us is the most untapped resource in the church today. You know, many churches will tell us, almost every pastor today will tell us that, of course we have corporate prayer, Pastor. Yeah, Mary, of course the men get together on Saturday. We've got a Thursday night prayer meeting. And we'll say to them, well, Pastor, how about your children? How about your young people? How many of them are coming to your corporate prayer meetings? That's the normal response we get. And then with a smile, we'll say, well then, Pastor, you're not really truly corporate, are you? God is talking about the whole church, W-H-O-L-E, the whole church, holy, W-H-O-L-L-Y, together. Today's lingo, we would say the blended family, the blended church family, just like we talk about blended families in the natural sense. We're talking about the whole church, holy, coming together to do all forms of spiritual ministry. I have a cheat sheet here. I looked up the word transform. You can see by this that it's a verb. It means it's an action word. It means we need to do something about it if we want to definitely see God continue to transform our nation, because there's a great transformation underway in our homes, in our churches, and all the spheres and the realms of influence of our society. There is a great transformation underway, but it takes action. Many of you have taken that action by coming to Colorado Springs for this summit, and others have come tonight and last night to the Springs Church to hear what God's saying, in this case about our generations. He wants the walls to come down. He wants the generational walls to come down. He wants the denominational walls to come down, the racial walls to come down. He wants to see us all working together. Most of you in the congregation there this evening, and I know most of my age group people, when we talk about our children, we talk to our children, this is the terminology we use. We tell the next generation that we're leaving footprints for them. We're setting examples for them. Maybe we're leaving breadcrumbs, a trail for them to follow. And that's true. That's all good things. But when I talk with teenagers and even children, and we talk next generation, what I call old speak, we talk about the next generation, this is what they hear. They hear, wait. Wait till you grow up to be all these things God has called you to be. Wait till we make room for you. Wait till we retire. And they're not waiting. They can't afford to wait. We can't afford for them to wait. So we're calling them this. Generation Now. Teenagers and young people who want to partner, not usurp authority, not step out in rebellion, but partner together with us now. They tell us that we have the zeal, we have the excitement, we have the energy, but we don't always have the wisdom to know what to do with the myriad problems that are addressing their generations. So we need to come together. We need to partner together, the generations together. This is what we call it. intergenerational. God calls it fabulous. So let's partner together. Let's recognize what God has put in our children and our young people for such a time as this. And God is calling all of us, all of his children of every age, to stand up, to step out, to raise our voices, to be heard. So let's partner together with Generation Now for such an opportune time as this. Thank you.